DC Multiverse!
How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek, and today we're going to be having a look at the 4-figure wave of Batman Forever action figures from McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse action figure line. This wave includes Batman, Robin, the Riddler, and Two-Face. Each one of these figures comes with their own accessories, i.e. trading cards, although Batman didn't come with one for some reason. Just Robin, Two-Face, and the Riddler. Batman comes with a set of grabby hands for gripping onto his accessories, those being a bat grapple and 2 different batarangs. Robin comes with 4 more interchangeable hands, 2 grabby hands, an open hand, and a pointy finger hand. Riddler comes with his Riddler cane, on top of 2 more interchangeable hands, a fist, and an open hand, and finally a green bat-shaped bat bomb. And finally, Two-Face not only comes with his coin flippy hand and fist, but also 2 trigger finger hands. Why? Considering he doesn't come with any guns? Beats the hell out of me. Each one of these figures also comes with a piece from the collect-to-build bat. Batman comes with a head, Robin comes with one of the wings, the torso comes with the Riddler, and the other wing comes with Two-Face. And that is the sum total of everything that you receive when you buy all 4 of these figures. Now let's take a look at them all individually, starting with the Batman, which, if I'm being honest, does nothing for me. Nope. This is not something I'm actually that impressed with. We've already seen this sculpt before. We've seen it in a complete dark blue color, which I thought looked rather nice. I would have still rather it have been more black, but you know, the dark blue looked okay. This is just their way of adding a Batman figure to this wave. They just had to fill the slot. They needed a Batman. They were like, we can't give them the exact same figure again in blue because the fans will complain. We have to do something even a little different. I know. We will redeco the boots and the gauntlets and the cowl. We'll redeco them all black. And then it's kind of different. We can kind of get away with it, right? Wrong! We can all see what happened here, and this is just, I don't know, man. I would have rather them fork out the cash and deco up for us a Panther suit, you know? Like, tool up for us a Panther suit Batman rather than this, which we already have, and it's in this nonsensical black with the blue. It's doing nothing for me, you know? Not for me. Here is the current Batman figure in comparison to the previous one. I mean, we could tell which one's better, right? I mean, we know that the one that they previously released in the multi-pack is superior in regards to deco and style compared to the one that they've just released just so they can have a Batman in the wave. Yeah, this Batman figure is doing nothing for me. He's just going to go in my bin. Now, Robin, on the other hand, is fan-friggin-tastic. There is some reuse, but they've actually got new sculpted detail where it's important. So Robin's torso is newly sculpted in comparison to the previous Robin. He's got a new cape neck area. He has got a beautiful new head sculpt. You can see it up close. It looks fantastic. I really like this. He's got newly sculpted gauntlets, as well as a brand new utility belt here around his waist. And he has, he has newly sculpted boots, but these are the same boots as the previous Robin figure. Here, let's just do a comparison. See, in comparison to the previous Robin figure, he does have some reuse of parts, but he also has a fair amount of newly sculpted detail. So I really got to hand it to them. They've done a fantastic job with this Chris O'Donnell Robin. I'm really digging the fact that he's got a nice cloth goods cape, which is fantastic. It's black on the outside, wired on the edges, yellow on the inside. They've done a great job with this Robin, and I really, really like this. And I'm sure that he's going to be well articulated too. Wow, that is a lot of back. Fair amount forward. The shoulders. I don't like this. I don't like the fact that you can actually see inside. I should be able to move that arm all the way back and not have a crack there. So that's kind of sucky. But anyway, that's his articulation for the shoulders. They go up about that. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got double jointed elbows. He's got nice hinged, rounded hinged wrists. I like that very much. McFarlane style groin. He's got a little bit of this action going on. Double jointed knees that crunch up quite nicely. He's got the rounded hinge in the ankle with the ratchets and the toe articulation. Quite nice, actually. He's a fairly well articulated action figure. Very nice. Now we shall move on to the Riddler. And my first question about the Riddler is, what are those? Look at them shoes. Check out how squishy his cane is. I mean, they could have probably used a slightly harder plastic than this. Like, this is excessively skishy. Well, like, why? Pretty simple figure. Completely green everywhere, covered in question marks, front and back. And we know that McFarlane is not always known for continuing his paint deco on the back of the figure, or his washes and all that stuff. Sometimes even the belt, he won't paint the back of it. That won't be done. This is at least front and back. The facial sculpt of this Jim Carrey Riddler largely reminds me of something that would have appeared in Mad Magazine. It's not bad. It actually does bear a resemblance to Jim Carrey, except for when you look up close, they kind of poop the bed on the teeth there. You see that? The teeth are going up the lips, and you got the black paint on the bottom of the teeth there, the darker paint. Just, yeah, they were sloppy. I'm sure if you look really up close at yours, you'll see it's the same thing. But overall, I'm not complaining. This is actually a pretty darn cool face sculpt and a pretty fantastic figure. There's not really much to say about it. I mean, you're looking at it, you can see it up close. There's, you know, it's just a simple body buck, which means it gets the articulation test. Ooh, not much down. Just that. What are you thinking, guys? Come on, you need to get better. You need to improve on your downward torso articulation. Believe it or not, that actually does matter. Got some this much back. He's got some turning ability, but not a lot before you start really having to work it. He's got waist articulation. He's got this socket right here in the shoulders, and when you move his arm all the way around, unlike with the Robin, you can actually not see a shadowy crack, and that's what we want. We don't want to see that shadowy crack, which is nice. You've got the, oops, I just ripped it. What am I always ripping their arms off for? It's because I was trying to move his articulation all the way up. And even though it looks like you can get more out of that, you actually cannot. That's as much as you can get out of it. So what we get is not even a T-pose, which is a little abysmal. You should be able to get a little bit more. You've got bicep swivel 360. You've got double jointed elbows. You got the articulation in the wrist there. That's pretty tight. His head up, down, all around, not too bad. You got the McFarlane style groin. You've got very little in the way of this whole approximation of a thigh cut, not really doing that much. Oh, crunchy, double jointed knees like that. You have your rounded hinge that pivots. You got your toe articulation. Not too terrible, just wish he had more upward motion in those arms, because that really is not quite good enough as far as I'm concerned. Not quite what I would like to see there. And then we have Two-Face, coming with this coin here. I really like the fact that they included a coin finger hand with him flipping one. He's got a closed fist like this. But the overall look of the figure is really classic to the film. I really think that they did a good job with this figure. I think that he looks just fantastic. The colors are spot on. You got the yellow, the purple of his face, the red of his tie, and everything works. Everything looks as it should. The tiger stripes are painted on quite nicely, at least with mine. You got the zebra stripes of his collar pocket and other pocket here, along with the leopard print of his shirt and tie. Looking up close at Two-Face's head sculpt, it looks pretty good. It actually does look like the actor in question. It looks like he does in the movie, which really is like it is with all the characters in this. I mean, that's the one thing they did really well with this wave, is capture the likeness of the characters, and I think that this one is no exception. They did a great job. He looks like Two-Face. I do kind of wish that they paid a little bit closer attention to where the paint went for the purple of his hair, rather than just sort of hastily slopping it on there. I mean, I know they're not really paid a lot of money, so haste is what you're going to get. As far as how they paint these figures, I just wish that it was a little bit tidier. But overall, a great looking figure, and probably as far as looks are concerned, the standout figure of the wave. This is the one that I immediately look at when I have them all lined up on the table. And as far as his articulation goes, I mean, you can't really expect much. He's in a suit. So, although I will say his arms go up higher than the Riddler's. And he's in a suit, for Pete's sakes. And his arms go up higher than the Riddler's. Come on. He's got the rounded hinge. He's got a 360 bicep swivel. He's got double jointed elbows. He's got a lot of articulation. A lot of articulation with that head sculpt there. He's got, you know, like nothing in the torso, because that's what it is when you have suit characters. They don't really have a lot there. You've got the McFarlane style groin, but you've got the suit that's going to get in the way of how far it can go out. But we all know what to expect from the legs of these characters, except for when you're wearing a suit, you get a little bit less. Not that this is the kind of character that should be doing acrobatics and or the splits. He is just wearing a suit, so that tells you what he would get. He gets almost nothing. Almost nothing by way of what you would approximate as a thigh cut, so don't expect much that way either. He's got the double jointed knees. He's got the ankle that is on a rounded hinge, but it's under his pants, so there is going to be some hindrance of that articulation, as well as toe articulation in his shoe. Here's a lineup comparison of Two-Face, the Riddler, along with other McFarlane villains and a DC Multiverse Penguin. So these are all of the in-scale versions of the villains for the Batman universe. I haven't included Joker in there because there is no Joker that is in proper scale with these figures. Well, now that we have looked at all the figures, it seems there really is only one more thing to do, and that is assemble the collect-to-build Bat. So, here is the torso for the Bat. The legs, the tail, the body, very cool looking. He's got this little hole in his tummy here, and you'll see that in just a second what that's for. Yep, you got the torso. Why don't we attach one of the wings to the Bat? We'll attach this side, and so that's one wing, and then let's attach the other side. That's the other wing attached, and he takes up a lot of space. This is actually a really, really large Bat. And then let's attach the head to the Bat. There we go. The head is attached. We have the whole Bat together. Oh, his mouth opens and closes. That's kind of neat. And this is quite a large Bat. He's got that hole in his tummy, and that's because he comes with a base to stand the Bat on. Oh, this is nice. Well, they did a great job with this. I like that very much so. They did a fantastic job creating this Bat. You know what? I'm going to use this as a Halloween decoration. This is going to be a Halloween decoration in my house. But it looks just like a Bat. This is so perfect. Why do I like this so much? I'm so glad I bought that stupid Batman figure just so I could get the head and put this Bat together. And the bat wings are fantastic. They look leathery. You can see veins all through them. There's a wash on the bat wings. These look great. Here's a look at the Bat from the back with the wings attached. Yeah, this is super fantastic. Nice close-up look at the bat face there with the articulated mouth and yellow teeth. Very, very cool. I like this a lot. So now, at the end of the video here, what do I think about this wave of figures? What are my final thoughts? Well, apart from the fact that the Batman seems like he was just a redeco that was thrown in there so there'd be a Batman in the wave, I think that this is a fantastic home run series of figures. The collectible Bat is beautiful. And then, of course, Two-Face, Riddler, they are fantastic. That Robin is going to be a fan favorite for sure, as really I'm sure the whole wave is going to be a fan favorite wave. If you see these guys hanging on the pegs, I would say don't hesitate. Pick them up. And if you want the Bat, yeah, you're stuck picking up Batman too. I don't know what you're going to do. Just chuck him in a bin like I'm going to if you don't like him. But anyway, yep, those are my thoughts and opinions on this wave of figures. Thank you so much for joining me today. It means a lot to me, and I will see you with the next one. Have yourself a super awesome DC day, and I will see you with the next one. Bye for now.